start here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this webinar. We're going to talk about our Kami Connect solution, but this is going to be slightly different. We're going to speak about the advantage of offering service remotely to your customer. In the past, we mentioned to you that our solution, our Kami Connect solution, will help your customer to basically to control their automations on a remote manner. In other words, I can say an opening command, a closing command. I can look at the status of my gate, whether it's opening or closed. But now when you perform the installation, you as a technician, you will have the possibility to do some troubleshooting and to do some diagnose, to add remote controls, to add users, to change configuration, everything remote, everything from the, from the easiness of being in your couch, in your house, and not having to go to the customer for these type of situations. Now, let's begin. Let's begin talking about the solution. So right now we have, what is the Kami Connect? We spoke about in the past, right? So we mentioned that Kami Connect is the IoT technology that allows you to manage and control your devices on a remote manner. But in this case, not only control your devices, we're going to be able to do some troubleshooting, some remote troubleshooting. So you won't have to be on site in order to do that. What do we need? Of course, we need our gateway, which is the little tool that we're going to be speaking today. We need the operator, the motor, the operator, the gate arms, whatever device, Kami device that you need. So you have to provide internet access to this gateway in order for you to access to our cloud solution. Once you're in a cloud solution, you will be able to access this via whether it's a cell phone or a web app. So in this manner, you're going to be able to, do your troubleshooting, your programming, your adding user, your add remote controls, etc. Now, as we mentioned in the past, when you are going to register on the platform, you have two profiles. You have to be careful when you're choosing what profile to use. You have the installer profile, your installer, your technician installer. So you're gonna register, with your email account, your information, and then you have to choose the installer profiles. And that way you will have access to different features that the end user won't have. And who is the end user? If the end user is the person that is you are going to transfer the installation to that person. It's the owner of the motor, that person that hired you to do the installation. You install the motor, you install the gate operator, you install the gate arm. But then after you do that, you install the Kami Connect device, the Kami Wi-Fi, and then you transfer that installation to the end user. But also remember something else. Your user can only share his credential, like his central credentials, he can share the credentials with up to 5 devices, 5 cell phone. What happens if you have more than 5 devices that you want to share the credential with? You have what we call the guest. So this owner send invitation to other people. Again, I am the installer. I install the gate operator. I transfer the installation to this Mr. Owner, and Mr. Owner has 10 people in his house, and he wants to have 10 people accessing the tool. What he can do is basically he can send invitation to these people. So in that way, to the guest. So these guests, they will be able to access to use the tool, but only to open and close the gate. That's it. They won't have any other access to do that. Now, how can you share your installation? You can do it via the way to do it is via web browser, and that is the address kamiconnect.net. And if you go to this site, you will have the option to sign up either as a technician or as an end user. You as a technician have to make sure that you sign up as a technician. So when you're going to install this tool, what do you need? What tools do you need? Besides the tool and a router and a connection to the internet, what do you need? You need your technician app. You, Mr. Technician, will be using these apps. When you download this app, you install this app on yourself, and you register as a technician. Once you have done this, or if you already have it, you go to your customer, tell Mr. Customer, I need you to install this application, which is Kami Automation, the automation app. They will have to install the app, and they will have to, sign up for it. So once they sign up for it, they will have access to the end user app, and you will have access to the technician app. Now, we have the technician app, we have the end user app. So you sign up as a technician, you have the information, you have your customer signing in as an end user. So they're going to be able to open and close the gate through his cell phone. But let's see what else can we do. So you're gonna use this tool and you're gonna install this tool in your operator. So this operator, we have to tell you that this tool is compatible with Alexa. So then in days from now, you can go to Amazon, you can search for the Kami Connect skill for Alexa, and then you should be able to do the integration. So what this tool does for us is basically allows you, when you connect this tool to your operator, and allows you to control the automation via the Kami Connect Cloud application. Is fully integrated with Alexa, so you can manage your automation via Alexa. Then also, this tool also has an option to work as a Wi-Fi gate. I mean, as a Bluetooth. I'm sorry, Bluetooth gate opener. But you won't be, if you go through with a Bluetooth option, you will be only able to open and close the gate. That's it. But if you go with the Wi-Fi option, believe me, you're gonna have a lot of more features with this app. Now, how can we connect this tool to the gate operator? So basically, you have an option that is that you have a full slot where you can physically fit this this tool, right? This the Kami key, and also in case of like our new operator, for example, the CLXM, the CLXS has a dedicated input for this. Now, but if you have an all control board, like for example, the CL65 per se, if you have an all CLJ24, or if you have a ZN7, so those boards, if you have the RSE port, you still have to use the adapter. So you can use our brand new generation of control board, or also our fairly new controllers that are right now in the market out there. Now, once you have the tool, you have three indicators. The LED will indicate three options. You have when you connect the tool to the gate arm or the control board, you're gonna see a red light, which indicates that you have power in the tool. And when you do the configuration via Wi-Fi, when it's blinking, it means that it's either getting the configuration or it's connected to the Wi-Fi. But if you have this LED right here is in blue, it means that it's on Bluetooth mode. How can you change that? You basically, with a clip, you insert your clip over here on this hole, and then you should be able to just change the configuration on this tool. Now, I'm going to show you a quick video showing you how to set up, how to configure this tool on your gate operator. So this is exactly what you need to set up the app to install the tool on your gate operator. In this case, we're going to use a GT4. Set your tool, get the information from the tool, the level, insert that on your key slot right there. You see the red light blink, it means that it has power to it. You go to the app setup. You open the app setup, right at the technician app, and then you're gonna fill in the blanks. You're gonna click on Kami Connect connection. You go to site management. You're gonna create a site. You're gonna add a number, main house, farmhouse, or whatever. You create the site. Once you create the site, you're gonna add the automation. Exactly the automation. So you're gonna scan the QR right there. You have the option for the QR, and then you add a name: main gate, secondary gate, east gate, north gate, whatever name it is that you want to add to it. Now, there's an option to reset that, but you don't have to reset the device. Basically, when you power on the device is going to create a Wi-Fi network, which is going to show up on your Wi-Fi scanner right here. You're going to connect to that. The password will be 0 to 7, which is going to ask you for a password. And after that, you should be able to, the system is going to scan for the Wi-Fi, available Wi-Fi. And you're going to ask your customer which one has Wi-Fi and the password. You're going to insert the password, and the device is going to connect to the local Wi-Fi. It's going to take a couple seconds to connect to the Wi-Fi. When it's connected, the red light is going to go from red to green, which means that it has been successfully configured. Now, right there, your device is online, I'm sorry. Then you proceed to add the automation. In this case, we're going to add the GT4. Right here, you provide a name to the automation itself, like gate operator for the main house, however you want to call it. And right there, you have your device. So once you have your device, you can actually do a quick setup and use the system to do a quick configuration. The quick setup will be a guided procedure to set up your gate on. So in this case, going up and to the right, and the arm is up 4 meters. You can enable or disable your safety devices. And you can also send a calibration command so the gate can calibrate itself. You can also add remote controls if you need to do so. You can add password for a key, but if you need to do so as well. So right here, we're adding a user with a keypad, which is code's going to be, and the code's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do that on a remote way. You don't have to be on site. And you can also import or export the list. In other words, that will be a backup. It's like a backup for the information that you have in your system. Now, right there, you have created your installation, you have added your user, and the last step would be to transfer your installation. Right there, from the technician profile, you transfer the installation to the owner. So you basically will ask your customer for his email. Of course, you type his name and last name, and you hit send. Once you hit confirm, once you hit confirm, the customer is you're gonna ask your customer to verify his email. He needs to verify his email address. That way, he's gonna receive an email that it says accept the automation. He's gonna accept the automation, then he will be able to use it. Right there, he needs to go to his automation app, and then from there, it's gonna enable that gateway with his cell phone. You enable the gateway, and off you go. You're able to use your apps. You can send opening, closing commands, and use your gate as you wish to do so. And this is not only done on the bearer arms. This can be done also on sliding gate operators, finger operators that are CRP ready or Kami Connect ready. Now, once your customer has a tool installed, let's say, for example, in a few months or a couple of years, the customer is using the tool and the customer has an issue. So the customer, they have to open a service request for you. They have to create a service request. How do I do that? So you can get it really easy. What you're going to do is your customer, Mr. Customer, please go to the automation app, click on the 3 lines on the top right corner, and then you're gonna see a menu. The menu is gonna say support request. You click on support request, Mr. Customer, and that's gonna show you a list. If you have any other any other support request open, or if you have any, you won't see anything over here now. In this case, you're gonna open a new service request. So you click on new service request. Right there, it's gonna open another screen. In this screen, you're gonna provide, your customer should provide you with a clear description of what's going on, what installation is he opening? Is he opening the ticket, the service ticket for? Because remember, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4 different installations, and then the access until when it's valid days. It's gonna click on send, and then it's gonna take you back to the main page, and then this page is gonna show you the open ticket that you have right here. So that's what this will be on the customer side. This is what the customer is going to see when he's creating a service ticket for you. What's going to happen on your side is the email that you're going to receive. You're going to receive an email saying, hey, Mr. Technician, Mr. Customer, just open a service request for you. You can click on that email. It's going to take you over here. So now you can go to your app as well. So from the app, go to Kami Connect Connection. Remember, the setup app allows you to work with a Kami key and with the Kami Connect connection, which is the cloud-based feature. One thing that I would like to add over here, since we're talking about it, now from the new Kami Setup app, you have access to the Kami spare portal part. So you can actually look at the spare parts that we have in Kami. So from here, okay. Going back to the next subject. So you receive you talk to your customer, the customer open a service request for you. You will go to the app, you open the app, you go to the setup app, which is the technician app. You open your app, you have the options. So you're gonna click on Kami Connect Connection. This is gonna be obvious. Remember, you're at your house, the customer in his place, and you wanna check remotely what's going on here. So you click over here, and it's gonna take you to this screen. So you have different options. You have your support request, which is what the customer just opened. Yeah, but you can take a look at the list of your customers. You can see it right here. And then you can also have installation management. You can see different installations that have been done. In this case, in your case, is customer support request because a customer opened a request for you. So what's going to happen? You click on customer request and support request, and it's going to take you to a page that is going to show you if you have any other open tickets right here. So see, we have a few open tickets, but in this case, it's Kami America send me a ticket, right? So I click on the Kami America site, And when I click on that, it takes me to a list of the devices that CAM America site has. So I see over here I have one gateway, I have a RPX, I have a front door, I have a Nexo, I have an offline device, I have a warehouse door. So I have different devices. But in this case, the device I have an issue is the RPX. So I click on it. When I click on the RPX, it's going to take me to this other screen. So here, right now, I am actually talking or getting information from the RPX for the area of this side. So look what's happening over here. So I'm talking to the RPX, I'm on the function screen, and what's going on? So I see that it's totally open. In this case, totally open. I see firmware 1.4.0, and I see how many maneuvers it's been so far. So we want to see what's going on with this system. So right here, you have the different options. You have configuration, remote keywords and transponders, safety input. I will explain each one of them. But in the meantime, what happens if I click on configuration? First of all, it's going to show you the screen. It's going to tell you, hey, are you a skilled person? You sure what you're doing? Yes, I'm sure what I'm doing. So you click on yes, and we go to the next screen, configuration. What can we do from here? We have different options. So let's say, for example, I click on safety, and it's going to open this screen. So here from safety, I can actually enable or disable my photo cells. Can enable or disable photo cells, whether it's input CX, CY, or CZ. I can perform a safety test from here. I can actually enable the total stop, so you can change parameters over here. Something that I really like about these tools as well is that remember that you have the CLXM board that works on the F menus. So right here, for example, you have total stop 1, CX F2, CY F3, and so forth. So that also gives you that little help, you know what I mean? Like it tells you exactly what the F means for that type of menu. Now, you can enable disable photo cell. If you make any change, remember to click on set, and that way the change has been registered in the system. Now, you click on functions, in the functions option, you will be able to you will be able to configure how you want the RSE inputs to behave, what type of sensor are you using, whether you're using a keypad, in case you're using a keypad or a transponder, you should be able to set up what type of remote control you're using. Also, you should be able to set up your whether or not you have if you have a breakaway arm, you should be able to enable or disable that option for for the arm to completely stop. You should be able to tell the gate how to the RPX. They have an output for they have an output for when the arm is up and the app is down. So you should be able to tell the system how you want those output to behave, among other things. What else we have over here? Runtime settings. Runtime settings, we can change the speed, the working speed of the gate, for example. Right here, we could change the opening maneuver speed, the closing maneuver speed, travel sensitivity, direction of opening. For example, for gate operators, like let's say, for example, the VXV, you can tell the gate, okay, I want you to slow down at an 80% instead of a 75%, the famous F37 and F38. So we can change different parameters from here, from this app. Now, if we go to runtime settings, right here, I mean on times, I'm sorry, in time we can change its automatic closing time, flashing time. Let's say, for example, your customer doesn't want to have, hey, I changed my mind, I don't want to have 10 seconds, I want to move it to, I don't know, 40 seconds. So instead we still go into the customer house, opening the motor, and go in there and go to F19, change the time. No, you don't have to do that. Remember, right now you have the possibility to just basically log in into your app, go to your GARPX, go to times, and then change the opening, the automatic closing time. Instead of 10, you add 30 more seconds, and off you go. So you don't have to travel to the customer house. That's one of the beauties of this. What else do we have here? The lights. You can change the configuration on the light. You want to change how they behave? Well, right here is your option. You can change that as well. Then also you can change some certain parameters on the motor. In this case, the option that we have is you can change the arm from up to 3 meters, but you can, but let's say, for example, if you want to have up to 4 meters, you can change that. I mean, you can change your arm, and also you need to change the parameter right here. What else do we have? One of the beautiful things about this is, let's say, for example, you have a customer that is 3 hours away from you, 2 hours away from you, and he wants to buy 2 remote controls. Can you imagine traveling 2 hours to bring only 2 remote controls? That basically that would be a waste of time and money. What can you do over here? You go there to the option, and right here we're seeing all the remote controls and remote controls, and perhaps if we have any keypad added here, you should be able to see the remote control configuration, also the keypad configuration. But in the case you want to add a remote control, you're clicking add, and this option is going to come up. So local acquisition, of course, if you are right there. So if you click on local acquisition, instead of you pressing enter, going to U1 and pressing enter, no, you press on local acquisition, and the gate arm will go on learning mode automatically. So but that's when you're on site. Now, if you're not on site, if you're, like I said, 2 hours away, you click on add with QR code. It will take you to this screen. In this screen, you click on this QR right here, and you come up with this screen. Now, you have to have the remote control that you can do the remote configuration. Right now, the remote controls are coming with a little QR in them. That if you scan that QR right here, basically it's gonna screen where it's gonna tell you, hey, okay, we're gonna add this remote control. Let's say, for example, you have 2 buttons. If you want to set up only 1 button, you can set it up from there and tell the gate, listen, this button, or the left button, will be open and close. You say that option. Once you say that option, basically pack them up and send it to your customer, and you won't have to do that trip all the way down to your customer site. Other thing that I like about this app, you can check on the safety states. Let's say, for example, your customer calls you and tells you, listen, Jose, my gate is totally open and I don't know what's going on. So you ask your customer, do you see any you even have to ask your customer. You can actually go right there into your app and you take a look at the app and see over here, you see your CX obstacle detected. And you're Mr. Customer, by any chance, is there anything in front of the safety sensor? More likely, it's going to ask you, well, what is the safety sensor? Well, you explain to your customer what is that, and maybe he might be, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, there's a little branch right in front of the photocell, and it's blocking it. So how about I move that? So he moved the little branch. It's blocking the photocell. You can update. This will, if if the problem is gone, this will change to green. Well, let's say, for example, he tells you, oh, you know what, Jose? There was a little branch, there's nothing blocking it, and still it's in red. What can you do? You can do, you know what, Mr. Customer, let's do something really quick. Let me go back to your photocell right here, to this screen, to safeties, photocell. You disable the photocell, set it, and then you go back here. Let me go back to the screen. Okay, so this should be grayed out. But what happened? Okay, you disabled the photocell. The customer is very concerned because his gate is open, so you go to this option. You click over here because it's totally open. You click close. The gate is gonna close. Then you're gonna tell you, Mr. Customer, you're gonna have to open and close your gate with you're gonna have to open and close your gate. There's no automatic closing option. Why? Because I just disabled your photocell and it's a risk. In fact, I'm going to disable your automatic closing option, which is right here. You go to the times, okay, to automatic closing time, disable it. Then you tell your customer, Mr. Customer, I will be there tomorrow with a new photocell. I'm gonna replace the photocell. Once I replace the photocell, I'm gonna come back to enable your automatic closing time. And then of course, I'm gonna enable the photocell and enable again your automatic closing time. So in that way, you have a gate that is up and running. However, not 100%, I mean, not 100%, but we're gonna fix the situation. So I'm just describing a scenario where you could easily help a customer and not they have an idea what's going on and more prepared. But what about, okay, here we have, wanted to speak about this as well. So let's say, for example, a customer calls you and tells you, listen, this arm is acting really strange. It's moving, when it's going up or down, it's going really slow, or it's acting really strange. You can go back to your app, do this. Let me see what's going on here. So I see some errors. Perhaps you might be able to see something like an encoder error. You say, okay, there's an encoder error or some sort of obstruction or calibration error. You can go back here. You can do a calibration travel. So you're gonna send a calibration travel, like encoder calibration. You can do a remote encoder calibration. Once you do that, you should be able to see whether or not the problem has been gone. If you're not sure what's going on because somebody was touching something or something happened, so you should be able to come here to do a factory reset. You're gonna wipe up all the programming settings with the exception of the remote controls. So you can change, you're gonna wipe out the length of the arm, you're gonna wipe the opening direction, any safety device that have been connected. But the good thing about it is if you do this, you're gonna go back to your configuration. You can even go to your your there's an option for the, wait a minute, I'm looking for the option, the guided procedure. There's a guided procedure I was mentioning to you guys before, that you can do a quick configuration of the system, or you can do it just manually, or even better, if you've done a backup, you can just basically reinstall the backup that you have, and you don't have to do any configuration. The only configuration left to do will be the calibration travel. So from here, you can do a total open, partial open, close. I mean, different options over here. Now, I also show you the list of errors. Sometimes, most of the time, customer calls you and they tell you, listen, I have a problem with the gate. What's going on? They don't know. They just basically gonna tell you there's an error and you don't know what's going on. So for you to fix that, you should be able to go to your error list, take a look at the error, and you'll be more prepared. So can you imagine driving 2 hours to the customer side because the customer told you there's a problem? You have no idea what you're gonna find. So with this tool, you should be able to log in. If you're not able to fix a problem remotely, you should be able to at least be prepared. And instead of 2 trips, you will be doing only 1 trip. So that's an advantage for you. What else we have over here? We have a operation list. So this is basically what you have over here. Is you can do remember on the new Kami control boards, you have a memory where you can on the memories you can actually do a backup of the programming information that you have on the control board. Now, not only you can do the physical backup right there, but you can also do a cloud backup. So in other words, that's going to be in the cloud. That's going to be out there. If one day you go to a customer house and you're doing all the job, basically you swap the board, you connect your Kami Connect device, click on the corresponding backup that you've done, and the automation in the system will be up and running in a few seconds. And what else we show from here? I believe those are the options that I wanted to show you. Now let me know if you have any question, you have any comment. I'm open for any question that you might have. I hope that the message was clear for you. I just wanted to show you the features, the advantages of this tool. Basically, I believe it's something that none of competitors are doing. So this will give us an edge, an advantage. Again, if you have any question, any comment, this is the moment to ask. Otherwise, I just want to thank you for taking the time and joining us. And again, this is a tool that will help you out to sell the product, and you could take advantage of this by offering the different features that we're showing here with the Kami Connect device. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.